Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
A crash and a fire. This morning, crews are on scene investigating a fire in Durham. What officials tell us about a crash into the same building.
And we have a small chance for showers. Cloudy skies for today. A little bit of light rain, a few sprinkles. I'll show you when to expect it where you are.
And a former Wake County principal dies after being shot last month. What we know about the teen suspects arrested for her murder. A lot to tell you about here on this Wednesday morning as we hit the midpoint week. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30. Glad you're with us. It's feeling mild out there. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking why we could see some spotty showers this morning.
We continue to have this stationary front that's sitting offshore. This is the front that moved across our area Saturday, bringing us some rain Saturday night. It's still sitting there. And with that low developing along it, it's rotating some moisture in along with the cool temperature. So we are seeing cloudy conditions this morning, and we may have just a few light showers. Nothing that's going to cause us any real issues, but especially around 7, 8, 9 during the morning commute, and then possibly again later this afternoon. But again, we're just talking about sprinkles, some very light rain for us. We take a live look at Goldsboro. You can see the skies are gray. Temperatures are in the mid 60s. And you'll notice when you step outside, it feels a little more muggy than it did yesterday. Our dew point sitting at 61. It's not technically very humid, but you may notice it. Our temperatures are mostly in the low to mid 60s. It is 68 in Fayetteville, so a little bit warmer there. Our hour by hour forecast for today keeps us cool. We'll be in the 60s all the way through the morning commute and then back into the mid 70s this afternoon. We'll talk about when we could be back. Just some sunshine coming up.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We're following breaking news. Firefighters in Durham found a crashed stolen car this morning while responding to a fire at an abandoned apartment building. Ali Kadlabar is on Lakeland Street in the WRAL breaking news tracker. Ali, there is a lot of damage there.
Renee, we also just saw within the past 5 minutes, or happening now, there's a tow truck right here coming to tow this car away. You can see the damage to this SUV. You can see it is completely charred, and then the damage to this apartment building. Now, we do know that this happened around 1:45 a.m. That's when Durham Fire responded. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker, and Durham Fire even inspected the vehicle after that fire was put out. But again, this happened at the former Lincoln apartment building around 1:45 this morning. You can see flames through the roof. Crews even had to use ladder trucks to put it out. Durham Fire says when they got to the scene, no one was inside that car, but Durham police are investigating. They could not confirm how or if this SUV crash was a part of this cause of this fire, but of course we're working to find that out. We're also working to find out who stole this car as well. And so a lot of damage here. It's very active. There's a lot going on right now. The tow truck is coming to tow that car away, so we're going to keep you updated. Of course, reporting live in Durham, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
An 18-year-old is due in court today, charged in the murder of Erica Lucas. She was a former Wake County principal. She died yesterday after she was shot in a drive-by shooting in Wake Forest late last month. WRAL's Laura Levine is live now at the Wake County Justice Center in Raleigh. And Laura, another teen has also been charged in this case.
Renee, good morning. Wake Forest police arrested 18-year-old Dexter Mills and a 16-year-old for murder in connection to the shooting. We know Dexter Mills will make that first court appearance here later today at the Wake County Justice Center. Erica Lucas was shot nearly 2 weeks ago at a home in Wake Forest on East Nelson Avenue. Lucas was the former principal of Roseville High School. She's also the wife of Wake Forest High School football coach Reggie Lucas. She's been in the hospital for several days in critical condition, and the community came together last week to pray for her as she fought for her life. We spoke with a former student who described how she felt supported as a young girl at her school.
It was really hard being in Wake Forest as a little Black girl, and she really made me feel comfortable, and she made me feel like I was okay, like I was safe. And she was really good at that. She was really good at making someone feel like they were important.
Wake Forest police says that Lucas was not the intended target for this shooting. We will be following this case as it develops, with Dexter Mills making that first court appearance here today at 1:30 p.m. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
For the first time, we are hearing from the family of Irina Zarutska. She's the Ukrainian woman who was stabbed to death on a Charlotte light rail train last month. Her family says, "We are heartbroken beyond words. Irina came here to find peace and safety, and instead her life was stolen from her in the most horrific way." The man charged in her death, DeCarlos Brown, is now also charged with a federal crime. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. Zarutska's family says she had fled her war-torn home in Ukraine, where she had been staying in a bomb shelter. Charlotte's mayor says the city is increasing security on the light rail system. This morning, UNC police are investigating vandalism on campus. This image shared in the Daily Tar Heel shows some of the damage. Investigators say the messages echo the phrases on an anti-genocide mural that was recently removed. Police say vandals hit the South Building steps, the Polk Place flagpole, and the steps of the Wilson Library. They say whoever did this could face criminal charges. An 18-year-old student at Cary High School is out on bond after being charged with bringing an airsoft gun to school. Police say Isaiah Hawley brought the gun to school to show his friends. Another student reported it to teachers. Hawley was pulled out of class and a resource officer took the gun. The school was not put on lockdown because officials said there was no threat. And Cary police say they supported that decision. Hawley posted a $5,000 bond. Today, the first of two economic indicator reports will be released, giving us a new gauge on inflation. The Producer Price Index comes out around 8:30 this morning. It tracks the prices producers and manufacturers receive for their goods from retailers and distributors. When prices get high for them, they could potentially pass on costs to you. NC State economist Mike Walden says businesses that he's talked to are trying to lessen that cost.
They're absorbing it. They're cutting their profits. They're being very careful with hiring, which we saw with the latest job report. But I think there's a limit to what they can do. And I think we're going to be beyond that limit. So I'm looking for the PPI to go up. I'm looking for the Consumer Price Index to also go up.
I mentioned two reports. Tomorrow we'll get the Consumer Price Index, and that's a more direct analysis of the prices we pay every day. A new report shows how much North Carolina relies on FEMA funding to recover from costly storms. An analysis from finance website Value Penguin ranks North Carolina number 12 in the nation for federal disaster aid. So between 2022 and 24, North Carolina received more than $2.7 billion in FEMA funds. The Trump administration has signaled it wants states to handle more of their own recovery costs. That's raised questions about FEMA's future.
And so if that money goes away, it leaves it to the state to come up to fill that gap. Like most states, every state is scrambling to balance their budget as it is. And so having to come up with that much more money to help people after a disaster could prove extremely challenging.
North Carolina's disaster reserve fund is nearly drained. It dropped from $720 million to $110 million this year. New federal rules now require a personal sign-off on disaster funding. That has delayed tens of millions of dollars in Helene recovery aid. A Wayne County woman is facing charges after investigators say she took at least $40,000 from an elderly person. 37-year-old Crystal Anderson is charged with felony exploitation of an older person. She also faces nearly 200 counts of obtaining money under false pretenses. This happened over a span of several months. She's in jail on a $130,000 bond. A North Carolina teacher who is accused of being drunk in class is now facing charges. Alina Chabot was a teacher at E.B. Frink Middle School, that's in Lenoir County, for just 9 days. Back on August 26th, someone told a school resource officer that she was drunk. Deputies found an open container of alcohol and prescription drugs in her purse. And according to the warrant, Chabot was too drunk to keep teaching for the rest of the day. She's also accused of grabbing and pushing two students. Protests are ramping up in Chicago in response to a new ICE operation dubbed Operation Midway Blitz. The protests come as the White House says it plans to target undocumented immigrants who've committed crimes. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker talked about ICE yesterday after roundtable discussion with community stakeholders about the impact ICE has in their communities.
We're talking about people who have been here for many years in this country who are literally seeking to follow legal procedures so that they can stay in this country. To attack them in the very place where they are trying to follow the law seems to me like the world is upside down.
While the timing of when Operation Midway Blitz will start is still unclear, some say they believe it's already underway. It is 4:40 now. Downtown housing debut. Dozens of new mixed-income apartments are now available in Durham. Why leaders say this is a new beginning. And boxes of hope. Officers in Raleigh help pack hundreds of grocery crates. How that food will support families in need. We have another mild morning with a chance for rain. You're looking live at Chapel Hill. Ahead, meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner shows us what areas have the best chance for a little drizzle.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It's 4:44. We have a flow coming out of the north, which is nice and cool. It's also helping to bring some cloud cover, especially with a low sitting offshore, kind of rotating some moisture back into our area today. We have a small chance for showers. It's 20 to 30% chance, kind of on and off during the day. We're really just talking about sprinkles or a little light rain. Nothing should be heavy. And most of it's going to be in our north and northeastern counties. We do have the top of the tower in our backyard lit in purple today because we do have the cloud cover with us. And those clouds are likely to stay with us for the bulk of the day. Our temperatures are a little warmer than yesterday, though. 61 in Roxborough, 68 in Fayetteville, 66 Cary, 65 in Garner. And yesterday we were mostly in the 50s. So kids may or may not need a light jacket. They probably don't need a raincoat either. Again, just a little bit of drizzle. Our highs climb into the mid-70s this afternoon.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Today, the Raleigh Police Department will honor a fallen officer killed in the line of duty. The end of watch ceremony will pay tribute to Raleigh police officer Charles Paul. He was killed in a motorcycle crash back on September 10th, 2002. He was trying to catch up to a speeding vehicle on I-440. The event starts at noon. The Durham Housing Authority unveiled the first part of a multi-phase development, replacing old public housing units with new mixed-income ones. Leaders say the goal is to build an entire community with amenities that everyone should have access to. WRAL's Monica Casey spoke with the family who now has a new start.
It's time for a new beginning for Bianca Rivera.
Some days it feels so real, and sometimes when I wake up, I'm just, happy, and I thank God every day for where I'm at and for the blessings that He has given me every day.
Rivera moved to the Vanguard Apartments from the Durham Housing Authority's Oxford Manor property, where she was dealing with gun violence.
Me coming here and not seeing trash all over the place, not seeing drug activity or gun violence so far, that has made a big change in our lives.
The Vanguard is phase one. The entire 538-unit development will be mixed income, a model interim DHA CEO Anthony Snell says will be more successful.
We are just building communities that are totally inclusive of the entire community, and so that's where we think we're going to have our success.
The development will have a central park, community center, fitness centers, and commercial space on Main Street, along with playgrounds where children like Rivera's son can play outside safely.
It's a big comfort in our lives.
And it's a wonderful thing to be able to call a place your own. The most recent rent report from Zumper for August shows in Durham, the median rent of a one-bedroom apartment has increased a bit, while the median price of a two-bedroom unit has gone down about 3% from the month before. Officers in Raleigh are helping families in need. Raleigh police partnered with Serve and Connect to pack 500 grocery boxes. These boxes of food will be stored at police departments and with officers. So the hope is that when officers come across someone in need, they can help.
And then the police department will be able to house those boxes, and then when officers encounter a need, we'll be able to meet that need and provide food, which is so important to our community, and it's important for our officers to be a part of that work.
Such a great idea to take them with them. Raleigh Police partnered with Serve and Connect to help pack those boxes, the groceries. The program started in honor of a South Carolina officer killed in the line of duty. There will soon be a new way to manage your Raleigh water accounts. The city will launch a new billing portal in November. It's called Raleigh Water Self-Service. The goal is to make it easier to manage your accounts. You'll be able to pay bills, update information, and request services anytime and anywhere. If you use AutoPay, you do have to re-enroll by November 12th. The town of Garner is already preparing for next summer. Leaders broke ground on a new splash pad at White Deer Park. It's expected to be ready early next year in time for the spring and summertime heat. The splash pad will be next to the picnic shelters and bathrooms. It's part of a broader plan to make improvements at parks around town. Something to look forward to when spring and summer rolls around. But right now, we are enjoying these fall-like temperatures. Elizabeth Gardner letting us know why today's going to be a cloudy day.
We have this front that's stalled offshore, and a low-pressure system is moving up that front, and that's going to help to bring us more cloud cover for today. You can see here on the satellite view, lots of cloud cover across our area. The potential for a few sprinkles as well. Nothing showing up on radar right now, but we take a look at Futurecast. This is all coming offshore, so expect it to be coming in from the northeast. A lot of times our systems come from the west, but this one, of course, rotating in from the coast. You can see just the chance of a little bit of light rain, mainly from the triangle area northward and eastward. There's 6 p.m. this evening. More of that could develop overnight and into early tomorrow morning. Notice how it kind of picks up in intensity as we get into first thing tomorrow morning. So we'll be watching just a bit of an unsettled pattern starting to move in. We have gray skies here in Goldsboro. 66 is the temperature, 2.61, so it's a little more moist than it was yesterday, but it's not particularly humid. Our temperatures are mainly in the 60s, low 60s in the north, upper 60s down south, and mid 60s here in the Triangle. 66 in Cary and Morrisville, 65 in Garner and in Knightdale. Around town, temperature-wise, it'll be very much like yesterday, mid 70s in Raleigh and Durham, and 80 degrees in Fayetteville. We're just adding that potential for a little bit of patchy light rain, nothing terribly heavy. 84 is our normal high, and we get a little closer to that as we get toward the weekend. We should break out of the clouds a little bit. It's actually going to feel like Minneapolis, September in Minneapolis, mid 70s and upper 50s. And that's really what we've seen around here for the last several days. So is it fall for good? Maybe not. This low pressure system is going to keep fairly cool air in place, but there's a lot of warmth that's back to our west. We're going to roll that out all the way through the weekend. Some of that warm air starts to move in, so we get back into the 80s. Not likely to see any more 90-degree days in the next few days, but a good bit of the country will be dealing with some heat. For us, here's a look at what we're seeing. We're going to take a look at the tropics in just a few minutes, but we're 76 today, and then after that, highs are in the 80s. We do get back up to 85 by Monday, and we are going to check out the tropics. Today is officially the peak of the hurricane season.
Elizabeth, thanks. More mayhem. Lady Gaga is extending her tour, and the new film about Neil Diamond impersonators. Plus, staying the same, why Cracker Barrel decided against their new remodeling design. Let's get you caught up on the latest music and movie news. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
You've created a creature of the night.
Fresh off winning 4 trophies at the MTV Video Music Awards, including Artist of the Year, Lady Gaga is extending her Mayhem Ball Tour. After January shows in Japan, she'll return to the U.S. next Valentine's Day, with 21 North American shows currently scheduled in 2 months coast to coast. Tickets go on sale today.
I need something big. I need something new. What do you think?
You don't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. You want to be a Neil Diamond interpreter.
I was looking for the right way to say it, and you just came right out and said it.
Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson play struggling musicians who form a Neil Diamond tribute band in the official trailer for Song Sung Blue. The musical drama about following your dreams, based on a true story, arrives in theaters December 25th. Forever in Blue Jeans in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
For now, Cracker Barrel is staying the same as Cracker Barrel. The country-themed chain says it won't move forward with plans to expand its modern remodel design. This comes after it decided not to change the logo after receiving backlash because of the new design. Many conservatives accuse the chain of being too woke. Even President Trump pushed back against a change that would have removed the old man from the logo. This week, Girl Scouts announced it is adding a new cookie flavor to its roster. The new addition is a Rocky Road-inspired cookie called Explore Moors. The new chocolate cookie has a creamy filling with chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond-flavored creme. In Wilson County, the new Warbirds baseball stadium is coming together. The Wilson County Tourism Authority posted this photo of the seating going in. The stadium is the new home of the former Mudcats that have been renamed the Warbirds. You can check out the construction process from the Wilson County Tourism Rooftop Observation Area. The new stadium will have a picnic area, club lounges, and luxury suites. The ballpark is expected to open in April of next year. Ahead at 5, we are staying on top of a crash and a fire in Durham. How crews found a stolen SUV in an abandoned apartment building. And the death of a former Wake County school principal and an 18-year-old is due in court today. What we know about the 2 teens facing murder charges. Plus, toddler tower tip-overs. 5 on your side is alerting you to safety concerns discovered in many kids' step stools.